into you is really projected onto the person that's projecting it. And sometimes the person who's projecting it isn't consciously projecting it like, oh, I'm gonna send them confusion or chaos. It's the energy in which they are in, which could either tell you about a spirit that's connected to them, a spirit that they're working with, a spirit that's attached to them, whatever, right? It can tell you a lot about the person's like spiritual health, I guess, so to speak. Because that's the thing, like spiritual health, like yeah, no, we're no health and spiritual is yeah. Anyways, so watching videos about Princess Diana, um, I truly feel like, when, because Princess Diana, I think she was a Cancer. I know she was a water sign. I want to say Pisces, because now I'm hearing Pisces, like, no, she's Pisces in my head, but I'll just go back and look. I actually need to write, okay, whatever. Um, her being a water sign, right? Being really emotional, not being used to having so much attention, even though that was like what her energy like said. Like her energy was an energy that needed to be publicized, right? Because oftentimes we do hear about like the ancestors, right? Like the passed over relatives, passed over uh, people, and how they impacted the planet, the world, right? And a lot of the times, like, they only talk about men. Like, and if you realize the whole transgender, men being able to say that they're women without being able to birth life into this world, people being able to change their God given organs to be able to be identified verbally as something else. Like all of this stuff is very extreme, okay? And it is an attack on women. And if you've been noticing lately, the women who are, rising, there's been this uproar. And I feel like the newer Matrix movie definitely speaks very, very well to this topic, and the evolution of the feminine, the woman energy. I don't know who the fuck is watching me right now, but you need to calm down. Because you're like so close. I can see you. You're making yourself very known, and you're breaking my comfort, my barriers right now. I don't know who you are. Um, but I just have to establish that wall, right? Okay, because I can't do this and do that. So, and the way you looked was very like, but maybe this is, I don't know, whatever. Sorry. Talking in spirits, right? I got cold. I'm getting cold. They be watching me, they be on my ass. I don't know. My dog is always around me though. She's always protecting me. Amongst many other things that are always around me. You feel me? Anyways, so yeah, the attack on women, and you know, Princess Diana definitely stood for what like royalty actually is. Royalty has nothing to do with, oh, I'm superior to you and I have more material or more contacts or access to things that you don't have access to because you're just a poor person, right? Like royalty was never about that. It was leading people in the right direction and doing what was necessary to sustain the kingdom, to provide for the civilians and also provide for the kingdom. It was definitely a give and take thing, and like the spiritual aspect about it is so important, and it really is the woman's role. And men constantly go throughout lifetime trying to minimize the woman instead of connecting with their femininity and learning about what feminine energy is. Like a lot of this is based in jealousy, not being able to do the same things or have the same gifts or abilities or know the same things or be of royalty, right? And back then, you know, people were falling in love. Like people were willing to die for, you know, being in the royal throne or just to be with the people that they actually love. Like arranged marriages and like all this types of shit, right? It's just like shit that we get used to, right? And there becomes a absence of experience in the mind and just a feeling that resonates so deeply that it forces you into behaving or acting a certain way that fits the narrative of the traumatic thing that you experienced that you can't even actually recall. Um, and yeah, Princess Diana was definitely everything that people didn't want royalty to seem like, because then the question would become, well, if you have so many resources, if you have so many of this, then why are these people struggling? Like, why is it just a showing up and saying hi and taking a picture, and it's not a impactful building communities and providing for people's health and their wellness? Like, a lot of the true chosen beings are being picked apart and being sacrificed. There are a lot of children that are coming up missing or that are just dying right now. Like, and it's not even just on some chosen shit, it's on some magic, backfiring, like crazy spiritual shit that's going on, right? And then, you know, when you sit and you think about it, the question becomes, you know, what are we actually doing? Um, I don't know. There's a lot going on right now. I'm just like in the energy, but yeah, the feminine woman and her not being honored, her emotion, her womb, her power, her divinity, like her mysticism, like everything about her that makes her not human, like is so blatantly ignored to the eye of people, but then people secretly just become envious. And like a lot of these men have mother wounds. Like they have mother wounds, you know, families back then were not like the consciousness wasn't as heightened. There's a lot more uh physical turmoil and just nasty situations going on within the household, especially like coming back from slavery. Like we have to all sit around and say like, hey, we need to as a collective come back from slavery mentally. Like we all need to, if we're going to indoctrinate our people, like we need to indoctrinate them with the truth and like the evolution of like, and I just feel like this attack on like the feminine energy is just like so crazy. Like, and they don't even really want me to talk about this shit. Like, I keep going off track, like, because like it's really deep. Like, when you remove fathers out of the homes and you have mothers there to raise men, like men, like, and these men don't understand like how having a child and then going back into life, like it is not just like nobody, like it shouldn't even be normalized. Like that is such a fucking holy, sacred, traumatic experience that should be like honored from bitch the time of conception to after the fact. Like even before conception, like man, and like men don't know, like, and women don't even know, like bitch, I wasn't taught anything about my body or anything. Like anything about womanhood, like I've had to learn from research or watching podcasts. Like I didn't even know I was sacred, bitch. Like I had to learn that shit too. Like what the fuck? Like, and we're all just out here learning all this shit. And like when you start talking about the spiritual, like people don't really want to acknowledge that because you can't see it. But if you're paying attention, it lines up. Like in these cults and these covens and these societies that have just been fucking trying to siphon our fucking sexual energy, like making it for the woman so she has to sell her body, making it for the man that he has to fucking be a fucking criminal. Like it's a war on both of us, and we're sitting here trying to fight each other. Like what the fuck? Like if I have this attribute that I'm really good at and you have your attribute that you're really good at, then why wouldn't we work together and just do that shit? And then like with Princess Diana, like I feel like yeah, she didn't want to be married to the prince or the king or whatever the fuck he was anymore. So they split up. Period. And it's like because you're not emotionally fulfilling me, you're not emotionally honoring me as your significant other. You are happy to walk around with me as a trophy and look at who I bagged, like look at my wife, right? But you're not willing to like honor my divinity and my sacredness and what it is that I contribute to this fucking kingdom. And that's where we're having problems in the kingdom now. Because the shit I told you about in the past and you went against it and now you're experiencing it. And then you take the mother away from the children. Those are two sons, right? That don't get to experience the nurturing and love that their mom had. Like their mom, a very special, very caring woman, right? Like, like nurturing should for a man should always be able to be given to him by his mother. Like a lot of these men are fucking traumatized too. Like these young sexual experiences or these sexual innuendos that these women are making to these younger boys who are learning what feminine energy is from watching these women. Like, yeah, a lot of men are like, women are whores and sluts and this and that. Why? Because that's what the fuck they grew up around. Like, what the fuck? So, how would you even know, like, what divinity is until you actually experience it? And then what would you even know what to do with that? Like, and we all know, like, Dark Night of the Soul, like, fucking spiritual awakening, fucking ascension, fucking all these changes, they're happening. And it's like, you gotta learn how to fucking deal with them. Like, you're like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, yo? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. But yeah, we all have to acknowledge, like, we need to get the fuck back on track, like, as a community. Like, we need to start having conversations that are uncomfortable. Like, we need to start acknowledging what didn't work in the past and what's not gonna work in the future and how we're gonna move forward from this and, like, what we're gonna fucking do. Like, we can't be trying to gatekeep and, like, all this extra shit, like, not understand protection, right? Me, okay, I understand, like, trust me, y'all, I get it, like, I get it. But it's like people don't even know what to do with their darkness. Like, what are you using your darkness for? Because there's a great fucking fight. And it's like, and if you're fighting a person that's fighting for essentially the same thing that everybody else wants, like, we all have to play our individual role. Yeah, just allow it to be there. Having those tougher conversations. There's a fucking net. It's just right here. I don't know if I wanted to pull cards. I think I do. Hold on. Oh, yeah. just want to see what comes out. But yeah, I feel like the war on women is real. It's been real, especially for our bloodlines. Can you please get away from me? Bro, my nose start itching and shit. Such a crazy experience. Yeah. The 9 of Wands. And I'm looking at the Queen of Rods on the deck. Right? And it's like people don't. Like, we can't help that we're sexy. Like, people think that, like, pretty privilege is a thing. But when you're pretty and you're, like, real, like, you're, like, a real person, like, you're not just pretty, like, you also have a brain and, like, morals and, like, shit like that. Like, people are like, what the fuck? Like, what is that? What does that even mean? Like, and they want it to be something else. I feel like the Queen of Wands is so misunderstood. I just feel like she's been getting a lot of negativity thrown at the Queen of Wands lately. It's because people are always taught to, like, be so, like, modest and, like, you know, you're a girl. Like, why are you gonna be in the darker shit? Like, how are you gonna know shit about men? Yeah, with the death card. Like, this is giving me somebody who, like, knows, like, about death. Like, they have experience, like, in the underworld. So this is somebody who has gifts. They can speak to the dead. This Queen of Rods energy. And, like, this is, like, made this person's life, like still trucking it. But at the same time, though, this shit is a lot. But I'm willing to carry these burdens, right? I'm willing to carry these burdens because you can't, like, nobody can deny the Queen of Rods energy. Like, even when you start speaking on it, like, people get so weird when you start saying, like, Queen of Rods. Like, people get so weird. Like, the girl, like, they just get so weird when you start talking about it. And it's like, because a lot of people don't have healthy attachments to their sexuality. It's like, yeah, I know I'm sexy. Yeah, I know everybody's fucking staring at me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know about dark shit. Yeah, I know about light shit. Like, yeah, I fuck with both sides. Like, yeah, like, what's up? Like, yeah, I know about this. Yeah, I know about that. Like, it's like intimidating. It's like intimidating to the man, to the masculine energy, to these men. Yeah, I feel like these are people that get, like, intellect. Something about King of Pentacles, the Magician's Son. And like, it just, I don't know why I feel like I just ascended, or something just happened to me spiritually, because, like, how I'm seeing everything right now, like, y'all have no, like, it's crazy. But yeah, I feel like maybe something is harder for them to digest. Maybe it's just the truth of the matter. It's just the truth of the matter. Like, people realize how fucked up shit is, but, like, it's just been the way that it's been forever, and like nobody's being like led out of it, and like that's why I'm here, is to like help people lead themselves out of the fucking illusion, because it's a great one. And I think that's why like I get so upset, because I'm like, all these people have issues with me, but it's like I'm not never, I mean, like, people who know that you're not gonna go for some dark shit, like yeah, they're gonna feel how they feel about you, right? They're gonna know that you're not gonna go for some dark shit, right? And those are the people who like, they know what side they're on, right? But then there are people that don't really necessarily understand what side they're on, because they've been lied to, right? So those are people that have to be shown, that have to be awoken, right? Those are the people that look to find truth, and they find truth, right? A lot of people are finding truths now. And I feel like it's because it's the rise of the feminine energy. It's literally the rise of the feminine energy. Like, it literally is. And I don't know why for so long men have tried to like hide like where they've been getting all this energy from. And now that I'm talking about this, like, why specifically? Like, what race is trying to extinguish the divine feminine energy, the mystical, magical, galactic ass? Who and why? What the fuck? Have you ever thought about like people that get caught doing shit that they're not supposed to be doing? Like, they'll hurry up and like, do some shit or whatever the fuck, to not like, oh, I wasn't doing that. But it's like, yeah, you were. We seen you. We seen you doing it. Oh my gosh. We seen you doing it. That's why, I don't know. I just feel like this is a lot. Yeah. It's like all that crime, like rape and fucking assault and like all that crazy shit that men have been doing to women for over centuries and centuries and centuries. It's like, who taught y'all that? Because we didn't do that. Teach his own, right? I don't recall. I remember shit going down, but I don't recall. And it's like, these are part of the things that we've been taught that are okay. Like, how to think. Like, they really got our people out here thinking like they have to risk their lives to like sustain themselves. The Fool. Somebody has like red eyes and like hazel eyes or something. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles, the Fool, the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, to me, this looks like a whole bunch of secrets of like risks that these men have taken. There's something about a story, okay? Because this Eight of Swords, how she's like all dressed up, like she looks like she's supposed to be telling people something about these Eight of Swords. These Eight of Swords. Are hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. So this was really about men trying to cover up the shit that they do. The shit that they've done to like obtain power. Because a lot of these secrets are like heavy secrets. Like these aren't just like oh bitch, like I picked my booger and I flicked it, like secrets. Like these are like these are like heavy secrets. Yeah, and it's like if you keep the divine feminine like trapped or like locked up like in a tower. I don't know, this guy on this Three of Pentacles though. Hmm. This guy on this Three of Pentacles. Something about a church. There's a woman in a church. Hmm. Something about a church, eh? There's a woman in a church. Wow, crazy. This came out earlier, but it came out the opposite direction. Like right now, it came out Nine of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Ten of Cups. Right? Like that's how these churches like look at women. Like witches. Like when I was looking at the High Priestess, I was just getting like witch energy. But like they know that that makes like an abundant family. Like that's a Ten of Cups. But there's something about, oh shit. The men that have stolen things from women. Okay, so this is deeper than just bitch virtue. I mean, it don't really get no get no deeper than that. But this is like stealing crops for their own benefit. Like it didn't become about the love. It became very calculated and very cold and very like an energy. And like that's why like that whole player uh, narrative started to be skewed. Like if you follow the line of like popular music, like you'll see like where the attack was, okay, have a bunch of kids, right? Where the attack was, okay, get these kids to uh, consume BBLs, guns, drugs, fast cars, and shit like that. Uh, get them to consume that, right? They start consuming that, right? And then they start fucking killing one another. So it's all about the grand plan to completely fucking extinguish certain races. And that's the thing, like there are people that look like you and me that are part of the same bloodline that are playing for the other side. But they don't know because they've been indoctrinated. But then there comes a choice, right? There comes a choice where like you could choose like hey, you could choose if you were going to learn the truth or if you were going to continue to contribute to the problem. And that's really what maturity, growing, adulting, aging is about. That's what the time is for. Yeah, there's hella communications about illusions. They're being dismantled. It's like something's going off in like a bunch of women's minds right now. And I feel like this is something that's why like women who like were in covens and like royal bloodlines and shit, like do you know what type of power and there was a real sisterhood, like community, like there was a time when shit wasn't bad, y'all, and we were doing the same shit we were doing now, just completely different, under 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 our own guidelines. And then I heard in my mind, if I told you woman was the first thing to get here, you would think I was out of my mind. Like man said, go here. Woman said, okay. And then she created a whole universe. And then man said, all right, get the fuck out of here. Like, this is my shit now. And it speaks a lot, like in business, especially in business. Yeah, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, juggling. These, because finances. So it's really about women gaining wealth. Men are scared about what happens when certain women gain access to their wealth because they know the shit that they've done to these women. And somewhere in their minds, if I get rid of her now, like she won't be a problem later. It's like a guilty conscience kind of thing. And it's so crazy because the whole healing journey was to replenish your cup as a divine feminine being so that you can balance out scales in the emotional and physical, the spiritual and physical lives of those that you love. And no, not every woman thinks like that, and not every man thinks the other way that I was just speaking about, right? But that's what's happening. Like, you need to understand at this point that the divine feminine is not taking anything into her own hands. Like, you're beefing with God. Like, you're not, these are hands that are coming out the sky. Like, these are things that the Most High, the God, that y'all have built y'all riches on, and y'all fucking illusions in these fucking places. But now look, you can't have the fucking Hierophant without the High Priestess. You can't. Alright? You just can't. That is what fucking creates the justice system. What the fuck? It's not fucking these people. This is an illusion. This is a great illusion. Yeah, you can't beef with what God has. If God has it for you, then God has it for you, period. Doesn't matter how many lifetimes we have to go around and around and around and figure this shit out. Cause it's been a lot of them. I've been there. I've been a man before. I've been a man before. Let me just say, yes, I've been a very wealthy man before. So like, I understand. A lot of the divine masculines were divine feminines in past life. That twin flame shit, vice versa, born as spirit of, soul of. Yeah, I just feel like the perception needs to change. Like, if you feel guilty, repent. Like, really, what you do has everything to do with you and God, and not even your God, because people like to say your God, my God. Like, no, just God in general. G-O-D, right? Head honcho of everything, right? Like, there's only one, right? So we're all on the same chord. There's only one. Doesn't matter what you call him. That's who you owe explanation to. Your behavior that you do onto others, it talks more to your relationship with the Creator, and the Creator is trying to get you to understand that we're made in the image of, so that we all understand to treat each other like we're all our own individual gods, right? That breaks down the hierarchy or whatever the fuck and puts that playing field. The thing that made it confusing is the appearance of the abundance, the money, having material, having that. That is what turns people envious and jealous, because that is not what everybody has access to, but everybody has access to their spirit, their soul. Or if you don't, you've had a chance to, right? Like, and that is where your power lies. That's also where your manifestation is born. And that is born within the woman. It's born within the feminine energy. So if your manifestations are not coming through the way that you want them to come through, look at your relationship with the feminine. energy with the feminine outside of you, right? As within, so without. Damn, I feel like this was just like everywhere. Or I just went everywhere. My third eye is like on fire right now. Like it's burning. It's burning. The tower. Ugh. What is this? Right? It's like women don't want to be told they're pretty. Women want to fucking get paid. Like, oh, it's funny. Right? If I can get paid for my being pretty, then fuck it, right? Like, women are like, because it's like, damn, when you let the man, what is the man really like? I don't know. There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit going on. Right? There was definitely a plan to tie you up, put you in church, and leave you there to be an energy source. And different men would just come, take turns, and like get energy off of you, and feed around you, and perform some type of ritual, and like all types of crazy shit, bitch. Like, I just started hearing that song, that T-Pain song, The Good Life. Welcome to the good life. Yeah, I feel like your angels are balancing everything out for you. Like, I feel like, yeah, your angels are balancing out a bunch of shit for you. I mean, for all the feminine energies, actually. And that's like not just for, because it was never about, you know, like being a woman has nothing to do with wearing dresses or saying excuse me after you burp or crossing your legs. None of that shit. It's about soul, spirit, nurturing of yourself and others. It's not about Louis Vuitton bags and Versace this, for like, no. Can you keep a family? Can you keep a family together? Can you be a matriarch of a family? Like, can you build legacy in whatever way that's legacy to you, right? Can you maintain that spiritually first, though? Because it's a fucking war. Knight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. I see the Ace of Cups, the King of Swords peeking from the background. I don't know, collective. I feel like you're very smart. You're very witty. You're very honest and truthful. And like, there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like people are starting to understand what's worth holding on to and what's worth letting go of. Shit, Four of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Two of Cups. This is cute. I feel like somebody, I don't know, wants to hold on to you. Yeah, damn. Ten of Cups. Six of Cups, Seven of Cups. Right? Everybody's like, something about the titty is significant. Something about your boobs. I don't know, it's significant. Yeah, Seven of and Empress. Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, like you're moving into something. In this Empress energy. Right, like you know your purpose now. Right, it's not really a fight, a blame game. It's about, okay, we understand what the problem is now. Let's collectively work together to turn it around, right? We all got this fucking knowledge, right? Instead of just sitting here using it for our own personal gain, how about we put shit together to make a change in the lives of our children and like their children and like communities and like, you know, like things that are much bigger than this backstabbing, betrayal ass energy. Yeah, I feel like I see the Ace of Cups peeking out too. And is that the King of Cups? Yeah, with the King of Cups behind it. Somebody what? Yeah, I feel like there could be news or there could be information about how somebody tried to hold on to somebody because they're like soulmates or something. I'm even getting like a phone conversation, okay? Something about a phone conversation. With the Hermit. King of Rods. Somebody looked into some shit and like somebody looked into something and like, yeah, I heard did their due diligence Dang, somebody got something. Okay, so somebody could be finding out about an argument, a fight that a mother and father had before a mother's passing. Okay, somebody told somebody that they didn't talk. Okay, somebody could also find out that somebody was getting paid to talk, like somebody's getting paid to like interview or whatever. Somebody was mad, somebody was going on like a bunch of interviews, answering a bunch of questions and whatnot. Somebody felt like it was a slight towards them, but this was just the truth. Like, it was just the truth. Okay? Right? Like, somebody's looking for some type of emotional fulfillment. Somebody's looking to be heard. Okay? That woman feeling brain, maybe not necessarily the more logical one, but what feels right in the moment. Okay? So, somebody could want somebody, I keep getting that narrative where like a girl, like you marry this guy, right? And then a girl from his past like wants you to like off the bitch because she doesn't like her. Like, and she feels like, oh, if she's around, then we're always gonna have trouble, blah, 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 blah. And like, you should get rid of her. Like, dead ass. That's what I heard. Okay, remind me of Princess Diana, to be honest. And the whole, I forget that lady's name. It starts with a C though. I don't want to just be saying shit. Like, you feel me? Y'all know I'll just be like talking, like, I don't be thinking about. Cause I'm like, if it's true, it's true. Shit, what the fuck? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune with the Tower though, and the Judgment. Yeah, no. It's like, yeah, no. Spirit's like, yeah, no. There will not be a repeating of history. History is different this time. Ooh, oh shit, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to get into the TT. But like, yeah, that's what I got for y'all. That's quite long. I didn't anticipate for it to be that long. But I'm like, yeah, let's see what we could pull out. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.